Alright, what's going on everyone? If you clicked on this video, it's because right now you're at the stage in your life where you're trying to figure out how can you reach to the next level. And what I mean by that is how can you reach to your highest potential. With that being said, I'm here today to help you out by giving you a couple tips and tricks that have helped me out in order for me to get to where I'm at. So stay tuned in the video and I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can be able to implement into your daily routine that will help you out in order to you to achieve where you want to be in life. So stay tuned. All right. So rule number one is you want to be able to set clear and achievable goals. Now, what I mean by that is you don't want to set goals that are gonna be too far in advance for you to accomplish. So, for instance, you don't want to set goals that are gonna be taking you 6 months to a year and so forth in order for you to achieve. Even though planning ahead is important and, of course, your long term goals are important as well. For this type of exercise, you want to be able to go for more reasonable goals that are going to be able to be accomplished within a day's time frame or within a week, those types of goals. So, for instance, let's say you want to get in 15,000 steps each day. Okay, so that's a goal right there of yours. Or let's say you want to at least eat healthy throughout the whole day. That's another goal. Those types of goals definitely do help out and they are important as well because even the small goals are important because they do lead up to the bigger goals eventually. You just have to start off small and then and eventually it'll work your way up. It's like basically like the compound interest effect. You start off small, but then over time, as you gradually keep going, you start getting these types of achievements into habits. And later on, they'll be secondhand nature to you. So definitely start off small. And if you continue it, it'll definitely help you out in the long run. All right. So rule number two is you want to be able to start off with a good morning routine, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's meditating, whether that's even reading. Find something that's going to help you out and start you off on the morning on the right foot. So for me, for instance, I like to go to the gym in the morning. The gym in the morning for me is like a non-negotiable. I like to go because after I'm done with the gym, I like to feel good. And for me, it kind of makes me feel good that I'm going to start off the day on the right note by doing something that was challenging. So definitely start with a good morning routine as it definitely helps you out by kicking off your morning on a good note. Okay, so rule number three is you want to be able to prioritize tasks. Prioritize tasks means by looking at your to-do list and seeing which ones are high priority, which ones have to get done ASAP. That way, overall, it'll be more you'll be more sufficient on being able to accomplish them and it'll just help you out in your long-term goals eventually. So you definitely want to be able to start off with prioritizing the main important tasks on your to-do list because later on it definitely will help you out in the long run. All right, so rule number four is you want to be able to manage your time effectively. And what I mean by that is you want to be able to manage your time by either using a productivity tool or Google Calendar, something where you can go and put in times within your day and be able to plan it out. So for me, I use Google Calendar. Google Calendar is definitely an essential part for me because right now I'm in school. So with the amount of assignments that I have to do, with the amount of classes that I have to take each day, and even on my personal life, what do I have to incorporate? I still like to at least manage everything thoroughly. So you're gonna see right now that I'm gonna go over and show you on my Google Calendar on what I have planned out for the whole week. And I'm gonna show you what I have on each day, what time do I take my breaks, what time do I start class. You're gonna see it all. So stay tuned. All right. So rule number five is you want to be able to take breaks. Taking breaks is not a bad thing. Taking breaks actually is more of a beneficial thing, in my opinion. At least taking a break for at least maybe 15, 20 minutes at most is important because it avoids the increase of you burning out on whatever tasks you were doing prior. So whether that's going for a walk, having a snack, watching social media for a few, watching a video, something that's going to distract your mind and something that you want to do or look forward to is definitely going to allow you to decrease the chances of burnout. So definitely find something that is kind of, fulfilling to you that you can do within a short amount of time. And you don't go over more than 20 minutes in my opinion, because I feel like once you go more than that, you're just going to continue on with it, and then either you stop what you're doing before you took your break and then you end up not doing it and at least spend maybe like an hour at most continue on with your break, or you get back to your break but then you'll lose focus on it and then continue on what you're doing on your break. So that's why I say at least 15 minutes is a good amount of time for you to take a break. All right, so rule number six is you want to be able to stay organized. So what I mean by that is you want to be able to create, or you want to be able to have like a planner or something where you can be able to plan out your whole day and week. So for me, I use a pen planner, and for me that includes, what do I got going on in my personal life for the whole week? What do I got going on for school for the whole week? Like what assignments are coming up? Everything that's on there on my planner is scheduled for the whole week. That way I can stay organized and I know each day what I have to do. That way it decreases my time on making decisions and rather just go straight to whatever I gotta do. So instead of me, waking up each day and hopping on to my class assignments or, whatever I'm doing and checking, okay, what do I gotta do today? I already have it planned out because I already planned it out the night before. That way I can get just straight to it. I don't have to waste any time. And it's overall gonna be better because planning out everything is definitely important to be able to get what you want in life. So plan it out for the week. At first, I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little bit challenging because you're trying to figure out how can you be able to plan out your week. But once you start getting into that work mindset and start making it things, once it starts getting to you, it's gonna be like second nature. When I first started planning out for my week, I didn't know what to plan out. I wasn't at working before, and I didn't know what to do. But I started thinking about it more, and guess what? It led me to planning out. Okay, I want to at least hit the gym 5 times a week. I want to be able to at least eat 6 clean meals a day and then have one cheat day. Stuff like that definitely helps you out. And you just got to start somewhere. So definitely continue on with planning because overall planning is definitely essential. The pen planner for me has been an ideal tool for me. I've used this for about a year or so, and I've definitely seen significant improvement in myself overall. So, for instance, last week was Sunday, March 10th. So, what I did was I wrote down my big wins, which were, I took an exam, got a haircut, etc. Then I also put, how can I improve from that week and how to be able to make this week better. And then for this week, I put, what would I do to make this week great, which is, read, journal, work out, etc. And then I also put learn something new that I can use, which was, learn new material for one of my classes. Then I also put, something that I'm interested in passionately, which is a project that I got going on right now, which is for the YMCA. So I'm doing that. And then over here, I got big projects going on. So for each of my classes, I put, the assignments that I got going on for this week that are due. And then on here at the end where it says top goals, I basically just put the goals that I'm trying to complete or like basically the high priority goals. So for instance, complete all of my business analytic assignments, begin phase 2 of project, etc. So ideally over here, you want to keep this room down here for like the top priorities of what you're trying to get out of this week. And then over here, you're just trying to plan out for the whole week ahead on what projects you got to do. So definitely recommend a pen and planner. All right. So this is what a daily schedule would look like. So for me, for instance, this happened on Thursday, March 7th. So for me, I had an exam that day. So I basically put today's priorities were, take the exam, review my material before the exam, and make sure I get a workout in. And then over here are tasks. These are just more like, anything that you got going on besides the main priorities. So for me, it was,
making sure that I check my planner in the morning, Google Calendar, at least stretch for 10 minutes, etc. Stuff that's not as high priority as over here, but stuff that you still need to get done within the day. And then over here is basically just, your schedule, what it would look like. So, I had the exam going on at 12:30, but I just pushed it towards 1. And then, an exercise that you had to do today. So chest and triceps. And then, what was your focused, which basically, of course, was the exam. And then at the end, you basically just put, how was today, and then, your top 3 wins. So for me, it was, I took the exam, I got a good workout in, and then, I reviewed some material for the exam that helped me out actually. And then over here, you just put how can you improve. So for me, of course, it was, pass, study more for the exam. So for me, it was study more for the exam. So definitely put into that as a way for improvement. And yeah, that's basically about it. So this is what a daily setup would look like if you were trying to plan it out.
Okay, so the last rule is reflect and celebrate. So what I mean by that is reflect as in you want to reflect on your day. So whether that's journaling or finding some type of tool that you can be able to reflect on your day is important. So for me, journaling has been a good tool that I've been using because it kind of helps me out on okay, what have I done today? What could I have done better? Or I'm glad that I did this. It kind of just makes me, just give like an overlook of what happened today and seeing, okay, this happened today and, could I have been better? Could I have not? Should I have taken control? Should I have not? Things like that are definitely important because you want to be able to reflect on each day. Each day is definitely important to reflect on because it's just, like I said, it's like the compound interest effect where, you start off small, you start, reflecting each day and then gradually you'll start increasing your chances to reaching your full potential by continuing the process. And then when it comes to celebrating doesn't mean you don't have to celebrate by, getting something big and expensive. It can be something small as, patting yourself on the back or watching a movie that you were interested in watching, something like that. It doesn't always have to be money involved. It could be something, that you actually want to do that doesn't involve any money, that's free. So definitely celebrate as well as it's a way to feel accomplished and you are looking forward to the next day on order to accomplish something else. All right, so you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate that, but we're not done yet. Now it's time to put into action because let's be honest, putting this knowledge, just receiving this knowledge and not being able to use it, not gonna make any sense. You're gonna be able to see your results come to life. So best way to do it is to take action. So at least take 1 or 2 of these tips and start tomorrow. Use it tomorrow into your routine and see how it can help you out. And then let me know in the comments if it was effective, if it wasn't. I'm curious to know. So thank you guys again for staying tuned, and I'll see you guys then.